These are the latest TECNO Camon 30 Premier and Camon 30 Pro. This time the design of the Camon 30 Premier really impressed me, so in this video the focus is on this Premier version. The Premier version has the same packaging as the Pro version. Besides of the phone, there's a pair of TECNO Buds 3 in it. I tried the earbuds, they support Bluetooth 5.3, the connection is quick and the sound is pretty good. Okay, back to the unboxing. There are a 70-watt charger that supports a wide range of inputs, an A-to-C cable, and a hard phone case. Of course, there's also a tempered film and some accessories for applying the film. No doubt this is a very practical tech gift package. When it comes to the design, the Premier has some details that make this phone so much more premium. First of all, unlike the Camon 30 and the Camon 30 Pro, the Premier version has a metal frame and a silver finish that significantly enhances the phone's texture. At the back, the Premier version is made of what they call advanced suede material that offers a very fine touch feel. This is the first time I've seen this material on a phone and it's very fine. If you look at the phone from the sides, you will notice that the back of the Premier version is not completely flat. The camera part is relatively raised, somewhat similar to the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, but the XS is softer than the 13 Ultra, so the phone feels better in the hand than the 13 Ultra. There's a red dot next to the camera, which I initially thought was just a decorative, then I realized that there's actually an LED that shows incoming call alert, charging status, and so on. What's a bit disappointing to me is that now it doesn't work as a notification alert. Maybe it's because you might miss important messages with such an alert light design. I'm not sure. It's worth noting that the silver trim design on the back isn't metal, but there's no doubt that the design and texture of the Premier version will not be left behind any flagship phone. Going back to the front of the phone, it is a 6.77-inch straight screen with a 1.5K resolution, and the screen bezel is quite small. Compared to the Vivo X100 Pro, you can clearly see the difference. The Camon 30 Pro has a similar design to the Premier version. The difference is that there are tweaks in a few places, such as the bezel material has been replaced with plastic. The back doesn't have the nice curved design either, so in fact, the two phones give out completely different feelings. The Pro is a nice mid-range phone, but the Premier really has a flagship level of look and feel. The Camon 30 Premier is powered by the classic combination of the 8200 Ultimate with LPDDR5 and UFS 3.1, and we've tested the score of both phones. There's no difference between them actually. The average frame rate reached 50 FPS in the Genshin Impact test. Honestly, this is better than I expected, and the test was underwater in Fountain, which makes the frame rate performance a bit better in real-world play. In less stressful games like PUBG Mobile, you don't need to worry about the phone's performance at all, with just a 3.1 watt needed to get the game running at 60 FPS. The Camon 30 Premier has a flagship screen also. It not only has a 1.5K level resolution, but also supports LTPO. Without a doubt, this screen should be able to deliver great visual experience. On top of that, the Premier version has the 5th generation Corning Gorilla Glass to protect the screen. The Pro version, on the other hand, has a 1080p screen, but with a 144Hz refresh rate. Not bad actually. Although these two phones have different resolution, I still compare the display between them, and the Premier version does have a better one, but it requires a very closer look at them. In terms of dimming strategy, both phones use the same one, DC-like dimming from medium to high brightness, PW dimming at low brightness. The Premier version, however, uses 2160Hz high-frequency PW dimming at low brightness. Previously, we knew that the Camon series would have some surprises for us in the camera, and now let's reveal its true capabilities. The Pro and the Premier have the same Sony IMX-A90 main camera, the difference being that the Premier has an additional 70mm periscope telephoto camera, and both phones have 50-megapixel selfie cameras. Also, to my surprise, all the cameras on both phones supported 4K 60fps video recording. Yes, even the selfie camera and ultra-wide angle camera. It is insane. The Camon camera never disappoints. I also shot some samples for comparison, and ultra-wide angle cameras on both phones have similar performance, both in the center and in the corners of the frame. Even zoomed in 300%, I could hardly notice the difference between the two. Regarding the main camera, in most scenes with a simple lighting, the Premier version has a slightly better performance, but the difference is not significant. But in some complex lighting, the Premier's performance is better, with better HDR performance, better saturation, and better anti-glare performance. Since the Pro version doesn't have a telephoto camera, I can't make a fair comparison, so I'll just put some samples and you can clearly see how big the gap is between them. Regarding the selfie camera, both of them are 50 megapixel. There's no difference in performance and they have a very good clarity. Pro and Premier have a larger 5000 mAh battery, with the Pro being slightly better in terms of battery life, but overall there isn't much of difference. Phones have the same maximum charging power of 70 watts, so I only tested the performance of the Premier version. It takes about 50 minutes to fully charge the battery. The Camon 30 Premier version is a big step up with a flagship screen, design, and camera that has no rivals at this price point, and a Pro version also has a good processor, powerful main camera, and selfie camera. Compared to the Camon 20 series, this is definitely a big upgrade. Alright, this is a review of these two phones. Hope you like them. I'm Will from Gizmochina. See you next time.